It is week number 10 of the high school football season, and tonight, the reigning 2022 Western Reserve Conference champion Riverside Beavers made the short trek down to Chardon Memorial here to take on your Chardon Hilltoppers. How you doing, everyone? Matt Jaworski, Ryan Radke with you as we get you set for this one. A game initially billed in the offseason as potentially the game of the year. Thanks to a couple upsets by Kenston, not the case, as these two teams will not be vying for the conference title. But, Ryan, a lot still on the line tonight for both of these squads.
Yeah, and basically for Chardon, it comes down to this. You win, most likely, you've got a home game next week for week 1 of the playoffs. You lose, you're traveling somewhere. So a home playoff game on the line for the Hilltoppers tonight, as well as always the pride of winning in this rivalry.
Meanwhile, for Riverside, what's on stake for them is a win tonight means that they avoid Hoban around earlier in the playoffs. So they certainly have that in mind as well. With that, folks, we're going to pause, step aside, because pregame festivities, including senior night, are up next here on GTV.
Good evening and welcome to the 2023 Football Cheer Senior Parent Night at Chardon High School. Before we begin the introductions, we want to commend and thank all our seniors for their dedication, hard work, and their many contributions to the Chardon football and cheer programs, as well as their sportsmanship and the positive example they set for the younger players. Parent participation is also crucial to the success of all athletic programs. We appreciate all our parents and their support of Chardon athletics throughout the years. Thanks to all of you, cheerleaders, players, and parents, for making Chardon football and Chardon cheerleading such outstanding programs. And now let's recognize our seniors. We'll start with the 2023 senior Hilltopper football players in numerical order. Number 1, Andrew Bruce, escorted by his parents, Corey and Colin Bruce, and his brother, Joshua Bruce. Andrew would like to recognize Mr. Michael Mosnick as his most influential teacher. After high school, Andrew plans to attend the University of Pennsylvania to play football and study engineering. Number 2, Caleb Schutzman, escorted by his mom, Audrey Schutzman. Caleb would like to recognize Mrs. Tara Kaiser as his most influential teacher. After high school, Caleb plans to attend The Ohio State University to major in finance. Number 4, Kenny Freehoff, escorted by his mom, Adrienne Hallen, and his dad, Ken Freehoff. Kenny would like to recognize Mrs. Candace Remington, his second grade teacher, as his most influential teacher. After high school, Ken plans to attend Lakeland Community College to study business management. Number 5, Caden Peterson, escorted by his mom, Juliette Peterson, who is also his most influential teacher. After high school, Caden plans to pursue a degree in sports management and then a law degree to become a professional sports agent. Number 6, Timmy Evans, escorted by his mom, Lori Evans, and dad, John Evans. Timmy would like to recognize Mrs. Katie Montagna as his most influential teacher. After high school, Timmy will be going to the Navy, after which he'll become a firefighter. Number 8, Mario Tolo, escorted by his mom, Lydia Tolo, dad, Zelko Tolo, and brother, Antonio Tolo. Mario would like to recognize Mr. Joe Ritchie as his most influential teacher. After high school, Mario plans to attend college and major in business or accounting. Number 9, Kyle Kisley, escorted by his parents, Monica and Todd Kisley. Kyle would like to recognize Mr. Greg Frank as his most influential teacher. After high school, Kyle is planning a career in cybersecurity and computer networking. Number 12, Braden Schmouder, escorted by his mom and stepdad, Christine Crevison and Paul Pastello. Braden would like to recognize Mr. Eric Bartley as his most influential teacher. After high school, Braden plans to attend a 4-year college and is undecided on a major. Number 13, Derek Galanek, escorted by his parents, Kelly and Richard Galanek. Derek would like to recognize Mr. Vince Bonvasuto as his most influential teacher. After high school, Derek plans to attend college and pursue a math-related degree. Number 14, Jesse Gandolf, escorted by his mother, Cynthia. Jesse would like to recognize CHS nurse Chelsea Jackson as his most influential educator. Jesse is currently undecided on his future plans. Number 15, Will Francis, escorted by his parents, Kathy and Bob Francis. Will would like to recognize Mrs. Tara Kaiser as his most influential teacher. After high school, Will plans to go to college to be an engineer. Number 18, Zach Henningman, escorted by his parents, Tricia and Eric Henningman. Zach would like to recognize Mr. Chad Morawski as his most influential teacher. After high school, Zach plans to attend Ohio University to study finance. Number 19, Maddox Sensabello, escorted by his mom, Janelle Love, and his dad, Mark Sensabello, and stepdad, David Love. Maddox would like to recognize Mrs. Melissa Downs as his most influential teacher. After high school, Maddox plans to attend The Ohio State University. Number 20, Drago Vujaclia, escorted by his parents, Kim and Rob Vujaclia. Drago would like to recognize Mr. Joe Ritchie as his most influential teacher. After high school, Drago hopes to attend The Ohio State University and study pre-med. Number 21, Charlie Clark, escorted by his parents, Christine and Steve Clark, and his sister, Carissa Clark. Charlie would like to recognize Mrs. Tara Kaiser as his most influential teacher. After high school, Charlie plans to attend a 4-year college to study aviation. Number 23, Braden Maruna, escorted by his parents, Bev and Tim Maruna. Braden would like to recognize Mr. Jason Hall as his most influential teacher. After high school, Braden plans to attend college to study engineering. Number 24, Leo Columbi, escorted by his parents, Regina and Carl Columbi. Leo would like to recognize Mr. Bob Francis as his most influential teacher. After high school, Leo plans to attend Miami University to play football and study business. Number 28, Tyler Malloy, escorted by his mom, Jill Malloy, and dad, Brian Malloy. Tyler would like to recognize Mrs. Jeannie Clark as his most influential teacher. After high school, Tyler plans to attend Kent State University to study architecture. Number 36, Anthony Rains, escorted by his parents, Melissa and Tim Rains, and his sister, Sydney Rains. Anthony would like to recognize Mr. Jason Hall as his most influential teacher. After high school, Anthony plans to study mechanical engineering. Number 37, Austin Lazinski, escorted by his parents, Tara and Jeff Lazinski. Austin would like to recognize Coach Brian Long as his most influential teacher. Austin is undecided on his plans after high school. Number 38, Austin Green, escorted by his parents, Kesley and Ryan Green. Austin would like to recognize Miss Lita Serjak as his most influential teacher. After high school, Austin plans to go to the University of Cincinnati to study mechanical engineering. Number 39, Dylan Buzagan, escorted by his parents, Joni and Tom Buzagan. Dylan would like to recognize Mr. Joe Ritchie as his most influential teacher. After graduating in December, Dylan will begin working full-time at Component Repair Technologies in Mentor and will begin classes for his associate's degree in aerospace engineering. Number 44, Charlie Brock, escorted by his parents, Kim and Brian Brock. Charlie would like to recognize Mr. Joe Ritchie as his most influential teacher. After high school, Charlie hopes to attend the United States Naval Academy to major in political science and become a Navy pilot. Number 55, Austin Hardesty, escorted by his parents, Katie and Kent Hardesty. Austin would like to recognize Mr. Bobby Goff as his most influential teacher. After high school, Austin plans to join the Army. Number 61, Owen Tompkins, escorted by his parents, Laura and Dean Tompkins. Owen would like to recognize Mr. Bob Francis as his most influential teacher. After high school, Owen is considering culinary school. Number 72, Zach Caruth, escorted by his parents, Amy and Tom Caruth. Zach would like to recognize Mr. Joe Ritchie as his most influential teacher. After high school, Zach plans to continue his education in criminal justice and eventually join the police force. Number 73, Logan Bryant, escorted by his mom, Terry Elliott, and his dad, John Bryant. Logan would like to thank Mrs. Lisa Tekovec as his most influential teacher. After high school, Logan plans to attend the University of Cincinnati to major in aerospace engineering. Number 74, Colin Udath, escorted by his parents, Sandy and John Udath. Colin would like to recognize Mr. Christopher Orand as his most influential teacher. After high school, Colin plans to attend college but is undecided where. He will major in sales and marketing. Zach Vion's mother, Danielle, and his sibling, Rebecca, are being escorted by seniors Andrew Bruce and Timmy Evans. And now please welcome our senior cheerleaders, presented in alphabetical order. Adriana Arnold, escorted by her parents, Sharon and Peter Arnold. Adriana would like to recognize Ms. Sarah Dirk as her most influential teacher. After high school, Adriana plans to attend Bowling Green State University, majoring in nursing. Peyton Bertrand, escorted by her mother, Nicole Osborne. Peyton would like to recognize Mrs. Nadine DeBevick as her most influential teacher. She plans to attend Bowling Green, Kent State, or Ohio University to pursue a career in nursing. Haley Green and Hannah Green, escorted by their parents, Kim and Tom Green. Haley would like to recognize Mrs. Tara Kaiser as her most influential teacher. After high school, Haley plans to attend Brown Avita to become a certified esthetician. Hannah would like to also recognize Mrs. Tara Kaiser as her most influential teacher. After high school, Hannah plans to take her state board exam and continue her education in cosmetology. Jessica Kitchen, escorted by her parents, Tina and Dale Kitchen. Jessica would like to recognize Mrs. Amanda Bunker as her most influential teacher. After high school, Jessica plans to work in a daycare or preschool as a teacher's aide. Harmony Nemitz, escorted by her parents, Kimberly and Neil Nemitz. Harmony would like to recognize Mr. Fritz Streif as her most influential teacher. After high school, Harmony plans to attend Parsons School of Design in New York to major in fashion design. Cadence Paul, escorted by her mom, Annie Matko, and her dad and stepmom, Ron and Melissa Paul. Cadence would like to recognize Mr. Bobby Goff as her most influential teacher. After high school, Cadence plans to attend online school for Arizona State University to pursue a career as an English teacher. Lauren Resipko, escorted by her parents, Alicia and Joe Resipko. Lauren would like to recognize Mrs. Tara Kaiser and Mrs. Kelly Decato as her most influential teachers. After high school, Lauren plans to study law at Cleveland State. Holly Straka, escorted by her parents, Tina and Joe Straka. Holly would like to recognize Madame Shannon Dalton as her most influential teacher. After high school, Holly plans to attend The Ohio State University to become a criminal defense lawyer. Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing the 2023 Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band. The band is being led onto the field by senior drum major Evan Poole. Thank you to all of our band parents for donating snacks and water this season, but a huge shout out goes to Karen Murphy for coordinating. We appreciate all your help.
Right. I told her, I said, she better not say anything. Yeah.
All right, Topper fans, here is Ohio State's Buckeye Battle Cry. Okay, Hilltoppers, put your hands together for the Hay Song. Would you now please stand if you are able, and gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor our country with the national anthem and remain standing for a special edition of the Chardon High School alma mater. and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for the class of 2024.
The Chardon Hilltopper Gridiron Club, in association with GTV, proudly presents Chardon Hilltopper Varsity Football. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Chardon Gridiron Club, Burr Funeral Home, Chardon Smile Center, Achilles Running Shop, Ashes Mayfield Window Cleaning Company, Best Funeral Homes, The Junction Auto Family, Precision Orthopedics Specialties, PRP and Associates, Ronyak Paving, Sopchak Natural Health and Wellness Center, and Fit for Life Physical Therapy, TJ Smith Excavating, Remax Tradition, Dan McCaskey and Terry Combs, Residence Artists, El Patron Mexican Grill and Cantina, and the Chardon Athletic Boosters. Special thanks for supporting the Gridiron Club goes to the Lodge at Bass Lake, We Were Athletes, Chardon Home Depot. Chardon Hilltopper Football is also brought to you by GTV.
Here come your Chardon Hilltoppers. Let's go! Welcome back, everyone. Chardon Memorial, Matt Jaworski, Ryan Radke with you. About 2 minutes or so left on the clock before this one kicks off, but this is about as big as it can get here tonight as we close out the finale of the 2023 regular season.
Yeah, this is a big game. Obviously, it's always a great rivalry game. You know, two schools that know each other well, two coaches that know each other's programs well, coaching staffs that know the programs very well as well, Matt. So always a good rivalry game, and this is going to be a fun one tonight. Hilltoppers looking to avenge a loss last year. The Beavers went and beat Chardon a year ago, so Chardon looking to get back in the win column in this matchup. But as mentioned pregame, Chardon playing for probably a home playoff game with a win tonight. If you look at the way the numbers line up. And for Riverside, the difference between 3 and 4 in Division II Region 5 is big for them because it puts off a week before they would have to face number 1 Hoban. And as Coach Boers told us before the game when we were talking to him, they'd like to push that back as far as they can.
I believe any team would like to push Hoban off as far as they could on the schedule. Just saying. You look at this one, though, too, and this was a contest that in the preseason was billed as the championship game for the Western Reserve Conference tonight. Kenston, of course, had to spoil that party in the regular season. But for these teams here tonight, just the rivalry itself speaks so much about these two schools.
Yeah, it really does. These are two schools that, as you mentioned, I mean, they're familiar with each other. You live right up the road, so they all know each other. They've been playing since they were young. There's good rivalries here, and it all comes out on the field on Friday night.
Hilltoppers enter this one 6-3, 3-1 in conference, 3-1 in conference play. And meanwhile, for the Beavers, they've got a pretty sparkling 8-1 overall record, and they too have just the one loss in conference play, that being to Kenston as well. Riverside won the coin toss. They elected to defer to the third quarter, so they will kick off to the Hilltoppers. Hilltoppers want to go left to right to begin this game. Chardon wearing their all-black uniforms, red numbers, and, of course, those red helmets. For the Beavers, the white unis today, black numbers, and the black helmets. Matt Rybar has it teed up. And we are underway. Line drive kick that we picked up around the 6 by Bruce. looking to make a couple cuts, and A.J. Bruce across the 25, down near the 26, and that is where the Hilltoppers will start this game. For Chardon, going to be led, as they have all year, by the senior QB, Will Francis, 5'9", 160. In the backfield with him tonight, Vinny Columbi, 5'10", 193. A.J. Bruce, the senior, 5'11", 185. And Drago Vujaclia, the senior, 5'10", 181. Caleb Hewitt, the junior, going to be getting playing time as well. Going left side is Caleb Hewitt around the corner and nearly picks up the first down. He may be spotted a yard or so short.
No, he got it. As you were saying his name, they sent him off the left side, and Coach Hewitt told us today it's going to be about that battle in the trenches and winning the edge. It's really that simple for Chardon. If they win on the edge, they're going to have a good night. And on the first play, they win on the edge, get a big run on that sweep for Hewitt.
Toppers will send Hewitt out right side as a split end. So two split ends in this game. Instead, they hand it off A.J. Bruce, left side, spinning around. Bruce up near the 40, and not much more than that. Offensive line tonight, as it has been all year, Trudell Graves, 6'3", 255. Colin Udath, 6'2", 230. Vince Boleto, 6'2", 236. Trevor Winters, 6'3", 295. And Logan Bryant, 6'0", 255. The tight end, Andrew Baggett, 6'5", 270. We'll also, if they play two tight ends, see some Charlie Brock, 6'0", 202. And we'll get you the other split ends in just a minute here. It is 2nd down and 7, Toppers from their own 41. Francis from the gun will hand it off, wave it off, penalties.
Yeah, baby.
Encroachment against the Beavers there, so Riverside commits the first big penalty of this game.
Split ends for the Toppers tonight. We'll see Zach Henneman, the senior, 6'1", 185. Also some Derek Gallinack, another senior, 5'10", 166. And don't forget Leo Columbi, 6'3", 214 as well. It'll be 2nd down and 2 for Chardon from the 46 after that penalty. Hewitt goes in motion. It'll be a Francis keeper. Francis picks up or is very close to that first down. He does. They'll spot it at the 49. Move those chains.
Yeah, nice run there for Will Francis coming to the right. Penalty is costly for the Beavers right away because it gives the Hilltoppers an easy run for a first down to extend this drive.
Well, the boys up front on Dave Boers' defensive line tonight are Dom Kirks, 6'5", 253. Caden Caligar, 6'1", 225. And Antonio Bagitti, 6'4", 245. We'll get you their linebackers and secondary coming up. Francis will hand it off, and not much on that play. Vinny Columbi just nowhere to run.
Yeah, it was Riverside winning on the edge that time, getting the defensive end out there and able to get the stop.
Linebackers for the Beavers tonight, Gabe Hall, 6'1", 205. Wes Wonderly, 6'3", 210. Sam Salomon, 5'10", 195. And Matt Priest, 6'1", 215. The secondary, Donovan Conwell, 6'0", 180 is a safety, as is Connor Hackle, a senior, 6'1", 190. And the cornerbacks, Des Kirks, a senior, 6'2", 195. And Brady McKnight, the senior, 5'10", 185. 2nd and 11 now for Chardon. They will hand it off. Coming left side is, right side, Columbi. Crosses midfield and into Beaver territory.
Yeah, they fake the sweep to the left. They run Columbi to the right. He's able to pick up about 4. This is still a long 3rd down, a big play for this Beaver defense. So they're going to try to get the Hilltopper offense off the field and get their offense on the field for the first time tonight.
Let's see what Chardon has cooked up. Gallinack split end left side. Francis under center. Will hand the ball off. Caleb Hewitt. Hewitt crossed the 45, maybe to the 44, and then he got knocked back.
And it's going to be decision time here for Coach Hewitt and the Hilltoppers. That run's going to bring you up to a 4th down and about, we'll call it a long 2 from about their from the 43.5-yard line of the Beavers, and the Hilltoppers, at least for the moment, are keeping the offense on the field, Matt.
Now they're taking a lot of time to get this play in. And wouldn't be surprised now if we see them burn a timeout here.
I see Coach Hewitt walking over to the official right now. I think we are going to see that timeout called. And with that timeout, today's special cablecast is funded by your cable subscriber franchise fees, and we'd like to again extend thanks to all the GTV funding communities, including those not funding tonight's contest, for their year-round support. They are Chardon Township, Middlefield Village, Munson Township, and partially funded by the City of Chardon. Thanks again for supporting GTV, and thanks to all our viewers for their support.
It'll be interesting to see what the Hilltoppers decide to do coming out of this timeout, Ryan.
Well, it's still the offense.
Well, convention says it will be Will Francis. He's carried the ball entering this game 146 times this year, has rushed for over 1,100 yards. But maybe, we haven't seen the play yet, but maybe Vinny Columbia up the middle. Time will tell. 4th and 2. Toppers will hand it off. A.J. Bruce picks up the first down and more. Bruce off to the races. The 15, the 10. Touchdown Toppers! And Chardon strikes first on 4th and 2.
A 43-yard touchdown run for A.J. Bruce. He cuts to the right. He finds a hole. He accelerates through it. The Beavers had everyone playing up for that run. A.J. Bruce is such an athlete. He got past the linebackers, and there wasn't a safety in sight. He accelerated. He had everyone behind him. Coasts into the end zone for a touchdown. Great field vision and run by A.J. Bruce, and the Hilltoppers go for it on 4th and 2 and score on a 43-yard strike.
That is what you call a payday right there. My goodness. Paid off in a touchdown. Bit of a high snap. Francis gets it down. Kick is underway. It is up, and it is good. With 7:24 to go, Toppers strike first on their opening possession, and they lead 7-0.
Quite the way to start, and remember, GTV is on Roku and Apple TV. You can also get it on your cell phone, iPhone or Android. Just look for the Cablecast app in your store, and you'll have GTV on your phone. Also, don't forget you can follow GTV on Twitter for all the latest replay news and important information. So remember, follow GTV on Twitter, X as it is called now, and you'll have all the latest.
So that's what the cool kids are calling it, X?
Something like that. I mean, okay. It's called X now, but I believe the address is still twitter.com. So, yes.
Funny how that works.
But the app on your phone has an X on it now.
Okay.
No longer the bird.
You can tell I'm the cool, hip social media person.
You're on it.
Well, Chardon makes a statement early in this one, and now we're going to get to see the Hilltopper defense against a very good and very potent Beavers offense.
Yeah, this is the strength of the Riverside team this year, is the offensive side of the ball. The defense had a lot of graduations last year. They've grown as a defensive unit. They're a good defense, but really the highlight for Riverside this year is the offensive side of the football, and in particularly at the quarterback position.
When you look at what Riverside has done offensively this year, a team that has excuse me. No, we'll get to that in just a second here. Kickoff will be fielded at the 6 far side, across the 10, 15, and not much more than that across the 20. Toppers get the stop on the return, and now out comes that Beaver defense, or excuse me, that Beaver offense, led by quarterback Mikey Maloney, who nearly single-handedly last year beat the Hilltoppers. Maloney, 6'0", 195. His main running back, Jason Mackey, the senior, 5'11", 185. A slew of receivers. They will, for the most part, play 4 wideouts tonight, including Ethan Ross, 6'4", 205. Connor Hackle, 6'1", 190. Brady McKnight, 5'10", 185. And Brandon Tichy, the senior, 5'10", 175. Two receivers on each side. Mikey Maloney from the gun. Looking to throw. Going to chuck it out. Has a man in the middle. And it is going to be a catch and a fumble. Ball will be fumbled backwards, and the Toppers get no gain on that play.
Yeah, first pass went to Brady McKnight, and Brady McKnight got hit pretty hard out there. Fortunately, the ball was recovered for Riverside by Jason Mackey, but all the way back at the line of scrimmage. So nice, strong hit for the Hilltoppers to get things started.
Now, this Hilltoppers team is accustomed to playing physically. They've done it all year. Twins near side. Now man goes in motion, that's Tichy.
Yeah, and we had an illegal procedure against the Beavers. They go back 5 yards, so.
2 penalties now for Riverside in this game has cost them 10 yards.
This loud home environment for the Hilltoppers. Looks like it may be causing some issues for the Beavers early in this one.
Now the Chardon Crazies trying to make life tough as Riverside getting closer and closer, going the wrong way toward the Crazies. It's 2nd and 15. 3 receivers. Well, they'll load it now. 2 receivers on each side. Maloney going to send McKnight in motion. Dropping back to pass over the middle. Ball in the air. Incomplete. Overthrew his intended target, Ethan Ross.
Great
that'll
coverage.
Bring it 3rd down.
Caleb Hewitt on step for step. You also had A.J. Bruce and Leo Columbi closing. Really no window for Maloney to get that football into. Nice work in the secondary by the Hilltoppers, and they've got Riverside behind the chains on 3rd down, looking for a 3 and out here.
Riverside team that has nearly 400 yards a game of offense. They go for a little bit of trickeration right there. They hand it off. Toppers snuff it out. Jason Mackey going nowhere on that run.
Absolutely nowhere to go as Ash comes in and gets the big stop. The linebacker steps right in there and brings them down. The Hilltoppers force a 3 and out, and Matt Chardon, the team, the city, they're fired up for this one tonight.
Indeed, they want a home game in Week 11, and they know the only way to do so is taking care of business tonight. It's 4th and 15, and Leo DeStolfo out to punt. Bruce going back, makes the fair catch around the 46. Not bad starting field position for the Toppers.
Oh, this is great starting field position for Chardon, so couldn't script it any better if you're the Hilltoppers. Your first drive, you decide to go for it on 4th and 2. You score on a 43-yard touchdown run on that play, and your defense comes out and gets a 3 and out. They force a fumble. Riverside recovers, and Riverside commits a penalty, puts themselves behind the chains in a bad position. We always talk about, no matter how good your offense is, don't get behind the chains against this Chardon defense. And so now you play field position, and you get your offense back out there at around midfield.
They'll be starting on the 48. Francis going to keep it himself, looking for somewhere to run. He crosses midfield and he's pushed back.
Beavers got some good push there out on the edge on the left side as the Hilltoppers trying to run that way with Francis. He still picks up 3. That's the thing about this Chardon offense, man. Sometimes they can be so explosive. A 3-yard pickup doesn't look like it's going anywhere, but as I always say, you'll take 3 yards on first down every single time. It puts you in a good situation.
In Riverside territory from the 49. They're going to go to the air, pass left side. It's caught. And picking up maybe a yard or 2. That was Vuyaclia on the reception.
I got it out to Vuyaclia. Not much there for Vuyaclia to go. He might have picked up a yard. So it's 3rd down and 6. I mean, this is instant replay right now of the last drive for the Chardon. They were at 3rd down and 6 on their 48. They ran about a 4-yard run to set up that 4th and 2.
Toppers come set. Now they're going to send a man in motion Columbia, and it's going to be Francis going up the middle. Francis gets to about the 45-yard line.
They wanted to make Riverside think about that screen pass a little. They ran Columbia out to the left like they were going to run it, but nice job by the Beavers. We talked about it, Matt. One of the things about these two teams, they're familiar with each other. The Riverside defense didn't worry about where that guy was moving. They kept the eye on the football, knew it was in Francis's hands. They get the stop, and Chardon will play the field position game now and come out to punt, try to pin Riverside inside the 10-yard line here.
Galanak, a good punt. Racing and making the fair catch call is Conwell, and they will have the Beavers pinned back inside the 15.
Well, field position going for Chardon right now, and the Beavers playing this first quarter with their backs to the crazies, so it's going to get pretty loud for Riverside here. I think we saw it have an effect on that first drive, on that illegal procedure.
.258 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Hilltoppers. Mikey Maloney back out on the field. Receiver to the far side, to near side. And he's going to fake the handoff to Mackey. Toppers snuff it out. And they say, no way. Pick your Hilltopper defensive player on that one.
I would say maybe a loss of about a half of a yard there. Great job by the Hilltoppers to get right up to the line, bottle up that run. Took a while for Maloney to make the decision. Chardon was ready with the stop.
Beavers will have trips to the near side. One receiver top side. Maloney looking to throw. Now under a little bit of pressure, going to chuck it down the field. Ball up in the air. It is dropped. Brady McKnight, one of the most explosive offensive players for Riverside, just could not get it.
Maloney had him too. He bounced off Columbia there. The throw was going to get in stride, and he just couldn't come up with it, Matt. That's the second drop. He fumbled that football earlier. It wasn't really a drop. It was called a catch and a fumble, but 2 catches that have fallen out of McKnight's hand. Very uncharacteristic of him in the early going.
So Riverside now with a 3rd and 10 situation from the 14. Cowbells are clanging. Maloney will try to get in the hands of a receiver. It is caught, but short of the first down. That time he hit Ethan Ross.
Trying to hit Ross on a quick slant there, trying to get just enough for first down. The throw came about 2 yards short of the first down marker, and the Hilltoppers had coverage right there.
Now Hilltoppers defense, they knew where the first down marker was, and they weren't going to let anything get beyond it.
So 2 3-and-outs for this Hilltopper defense to start the game.
Wonky line drive kick will take a Riverside bounce, and the Beavers going to down it around the 39-yard line. So at the minute 25 to play, Chardon out for its 3rd drive of the evening.
The Hilltoppers facing a 39-yard line, so it's about a 61-yard field. Riverside trying to flip this first quarter field position a little bit here. Chardon not starting this drive around midfield.
Topper's going to hand the ball off, making a cut, but ultimately going nowhere was Caleb Hewitt.
Caleb Hewitt waited to try to see if something was going to open up down the field, and the linebackers just kept coming for Riverside, and eventually he was brought down for a loss of a yard there. Was waiting for a hole, it didn't come.
2nd down and 9, Chardon from their own 40. Francis under some pressure will step up. Francis going to move forward, and Francis runs ahead to about the 45.
Will Francis able to get ahead to at least set up a manageable 3rd down situation here at 3rd down and 5 on the 4-yard gain.
One thing about Will Francis is he has that mobility some other quarterbacks don't have. And you can try to contain him, but it's so hard to do. Quarter will come to an end. So we've played one, and Chardon on top, 7-0. We'll take a timeout and come back with more on GTV.
The Chardon Hilltopper Gridiron Club, in association with GTV, proudly presents Chardon Hilltopper Varsity Football. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Chardon Gridiron Club, Burr Funeral Home, Chardon Smile Center, Achilles Running Shop, Ashes Mayfield Window Cleaning Company, Best Funeral Homes, The Junction Auto Family, Precision Orthopedics Specialties, PRP and Associates, Roniak Paving, Sopchak Natural Health and Wellness Center, and Fit for Life Physical Therapy, TJ Smith Excavating, Remax Tradition, Dan McCaskey and Terry Combs, Residence Artists, El Patron Mexican Grill and Cantina, and the Chardon Athletic Boosters. Special thanks for supporting the Gridiron Club goes to the Lodge at Bass Lake, We Were Athletes, Chardon Home Depot. Chardon Hilltopper Football is also brought to you by GTV.
Welcome back, everyone. GTV Toppers have something going offensively, racing down the field, 30 near the 25. And Chardon gets a huge 1st down run. Will Francis.
Yeah, they just went with that keeper on 3rd down and 5, went to the right side, and he just accelerates. You were just talking, Matt, as we were heading into that quarter break about how athletic, how fast, how good Will Francis is, and there was an example of it right there. Very hard to stop. And it's a big run, and Chardon set up again. So 2nd big play the Riverside defense has given up tonight.
First one, of course, was a 43-yard touchdown run to A.J. Bruce. Flags are flying.
That's going to be encroachment against Riverside. The Hilltoppers got the Beavers to jump. 2nd encroachment against Riverside today, and that's 3 penalties, 15 yards against the Beavers already.
Well, you have to wonder if they're trying, if they maybe caught something on film or scouting-wise in Will Francis's cadence, that they're just trying to jump the cadence at this point.
You have to wonder if maybe that's what's going on.
They're just anxious to get him.
But we talked about limiting penalties. Chardon got through the first quarter with 0 tonight.
Francis looking to make a run, moves the pile ahead. Tough angle from where at, but it looks like he's close to the 1st down marker.
Yeah, so you got yourself set up at a 1st and 5 after that encroachment penalty. So now it's 2nd and about 1 after that 3-yard run, 4-yard run.
Galinek and Hewitt coming into the game for Chardon. lot of options from the Toppers when you're on Riverside's 15. Francis going to keep it himself, trying to get around the end. Has the first down. Francis inside the 10 and down near the 7.
Nice block out there by Caleb Hewitt to open up the edge there for Will Francis to run around, enough to set up 1st and goal here for Chardon. Looks like right about the 10-yard line, maybe the 9.
Could be the 8.
Tough angle for us.
Yeah, that's all right.
They switched it from 9 to 8 on the scoreboard, so they're deciding too. Somewhere in between.
Francis going to go under center. He will hand the ball off up the middle. Toppers push the pile forward near the 5. Vinny Columbi, the fullback dive, picks up some valuable yardage, and Chardon just chipping away as they try to get into the end zone for the 2nd time tonight.
Yeah, pick up about 3 there on that fullback dive as you throw that wrinkle in there. You get to the goal line, you give it to the fullback to get some of those tough yards as you're coming down toward the end zone.
No, this is a point in time where the Hilltoppers offense is so tough to stop because they can do so many things with this wing tee. Francis will hand the ball off, and Chardon will be stopped shy. Ball was down. Running back was down.
Tell the Beavers don't love that call. It was Buyaklia there, and Drago tries to go to the outside. Again, picked up a couple more.
Inching closer. Big 3rd down play for the Hilltoppers, and would love to see him punch it in now on 3rd and goal from the 3, so you don't have to make a decision if you have a 4th and goal situation. Columbi and Bruce in the backfield for Francis. Brock moving over. Give this to A.J. Bruce. Getting toward the end zone. Is he in?
He's short. He's at about the half-yard line. He made a nice adjustment. He saw an opening. He went to dive through it. He just couldn't quite get all the way through, and it's decision time for Chardon here. Chip shot field goal, or you keep the offense on the field going for it?
With full faith in his defense, Mitch Hewitt going to keep the offense in. Caleb Hewitt comes into the game. Francis under center. They will hand the ball off. Touchdown, Toppers! No idea who scored it.
I believe it looked to me like it was a handoff to Caleb Hewitt. Not 100% sure either, Matt. It was hard to tell from down there, but either way, Chardon has gone for it on 4th down twice, and they've scored a touchdown on both of those 4th down plays. So they're playing aggressively tonight, and it has them a 2-score lead at home.
PAT is underway. It is up, and it is no good. So for the first time tonight, or this year, Sam Saucerich off the mark on a PAT.
Yeah, so missed PAT. You always hope in these big games like this that you don't need that point coming down later, but a missed PAT right now. Still, nice job by the Hilltoppers. They score on 4th down, and they're up 13-0. Well, hey, we hope to be able to stream next week's playoff game, but several things need to fall our way in order to do so. Where we play will dictate the availability of press box space and a good internet connection in order to stream to you. Once we know who and where we play, we will work to get things worked out. Stay tuned to GTV for more information. So that's the status of possible playoff streaming next week. A little bit of light rain starting to fall, Matt.
Indeed, and Hilltoppers outgaining Riverside right now, 126 to -4. So Chardon up 13-0 at this point. They scored their first touch, and how about this? With 7:24 to go in the first quarter, the second touchdown comes at the 7:22 mark of the second quarter. If you're a numbers person, I thought you'd enjoy that.
Have been dominating yards. They're dominating time of possession. Dominant first half so far for Chardon.
Touchdown runs by Bruce and Columbi have given them that 13-0 lead. Beavers getting the ball back, and now Conwell trying to make him pay for it as he crosses the 30-yard line on the return. And you have to think, if the rain gets worse, it could turn this into a running game at that point in time, and you'd like to think that that would be a good thing for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, you always think if you get into a rain game with this, especially with this Hilltoppers front seven and the way they run the ball offensively, you always think that gives the advantage to Chardon in those situations. It's like the rain has momentarily stopped. But we'll keep an eye on that.
Maloney going to have two backs in the backfield with him. Sends a man in motion and more flags.
Yeah, they left. Yeah, I think they've got 12. I think that's going to be the problem for Riverside. Yeah, Riverside's got 12 guys out there.
Boy, Riverside just struggling right now. Although I get it, you're playing the Chardon defense. If you want to play fair, maybe you need 12.
Yeah, I was going to say, you might feel like you want to send that 12th out there the way it's gone so far. Yeah, but these are 4 penalties that are all penalties you can control if you're Riverside, and they just haven't been able to this point.
Credit to Dave Morse. He's trying something new. They fake the pitch. It's a run, but nothing going. Again, the Hilltoppers so tough to run against them, and they shut that run play down right there.
And once again, Riverside with a penalty. Again, a penalty that's 100% within their control. They set themselves back behind the chains against this Riverside defense. It's a 2-yard run, but now you're at 2nd down and 13 instead of 2nd down and 8.
From their 29, Malone has a man hit hard. Big blast by the Hilltoppers. Woo! How are you doing? That was Freehoff.
That's a huge hit, and there have been a couple of big hits on receivers already by Chardon as this defense came out to play today and gets right out in that route, knocks down the receiver, just a short gain of 1.
I think that was Wes Wonderly, who also plays some linebacker. Man, he just got his bell rung there. 3rd and 12. Beavers trying to go to the air again. Pass caught near side, short of the first down, and Riverside will be forced to punt the football. Brandon Tichy held on to it, but short of that yard marker.
Yeah, and getting in there again was Fryhoff able to get that big stop.
They're keeping the offense on the field, though, here with 5:38 to play. 4th and 5. They have them spread out. 3 receivers, trips to the far side. 2 receivers near side. And the QB alone in the backfield. Pooch punt. Nobody back there, and the Hilltoppers going to just watch that one come to a complete and utter stop on the 11.
Now, Riverside has split field position here. Chardon's going to have to start from their 11 and say, hey, line up there. See if you can get Chardon to jump. If they don't, Chardon doesn't have the dangerous legs of A.J. Bruce back there for the return. So great job to deaden that punt at the 11-yard line and give Chardon a long field here.
Well, this is what the Hilltoppers are built for right now, is a long time-consuming drive. They've got 5:18 to do it if they want to score one more touchdown before halftime.
I was going to say, the thing for the Beavers right now, you give Chardon this field, they can make the first half go away and make it a 3-score game.
Vuyaclia goes in motion. It'll be Francis carrying it. Francis up near the 19-yard line. Big gain by the QB.
Accelerated right through the second level. McKnight in the secondary got the stop to prevent Will Francis from breaking one off, but They haven't moved the yard marker yet. Now they are. It's going to be second down and short for Chardon here.
Gallinak going to come in as the split end, brings the play in. Bruce going in motion. They will fake it to AJ, and it's Will Francis making a cut. Francis running room, 40, midfield 50, one man to beat 40. On his feet, knocked out of bounds near the 30-yard line. And Will Francis puts Chardon deep inside Riverside territory.
What a run there by Will Francis as he goes off the right side, then completely changes direction. Saw the opening downfield, cuts back to his left. Big gain again, third big play for Chardon. There's a flag late. We'll see what this is. It's going to be after that run.
Hilltoppers are backing up. You just hope it's not the big 15-yarder.
Unfortunately, is a 15-yarder against Chardon, so that's a big penalty, setting them back near midfield.
And that will make it a first down and 25. Francis going to fake the handoff, moves the yard marker ahead to about the 41.
Yeah, and one more guy to beat to really get a big run off there. It was a nice job at the initial line of scrimmage to open that hole for him. And he was able to run ahead for about 5. That still means second down and 20 for the Hilltoppers.
Well, I wanted to say Chardon was playing a clean half in terms of penalties, but boy, that 15-yarder could be a killer on this drive. We've seen it happen throughout the season. However, this team has had some big plays tonight. Maybe we're in line for one of them. Francis will give it to Hewitt. Hewitt breaks one tackle, trying to get around another. No, he's brought down in the backfield for a big loss. That time, Brady McKnight in there with the stop.
And McKnight wins the battle on the edge out there on the left side, and who's able to get around a block and bring Hewitt down, probably for a loss of 5. So back to third down and 25 now for Chardon. Man, that penalty was just a total drive killer unless Hilltoppers can come up with a couple of big plays here. I'd imagine if you pick up anywhere between 10 and 15 yards where you'll be at on the field, you'll be thinking about going for it on fourth. Even though it'd be a 4th and 12, you'd be sitting inside the Riverside 40. But you still need a pretty big play here to get there.
It is third down and 25 from the 46. And now Chardon going to call a timeout with 3:12 to go.
Well, a great group of concerned citizens in cooperation with Chardon Schools and the Chardon Athletic Boosters wants to build permanent restrooms and a concession stand at Chardon Memorial Field. We all agree these improvements are really needed after 24 seasons in the new stadium. Donations large and small are needed. So be sure to check chardonathletics.org for details or call Terry Hegner at 440-226-6367. The plan is to have the new additions completed in time for next fall.
Now, what do the Toppers have in the playbook here on 3rd and 25? We're about to find out. Columbia to the left of Francis, man in motion. They swing it out. Hewitt looking for some blockers. Hewitt trying to get outside and will go out of bounds around the 40.
Yeah, screen out there to Hewitt. You pick up about 6. You're out the 40, and yeah, that wasn't quite enough. They're going to send the punt unit, it looks like, out on the field here and try to pin Riverside.
Certainly wouldn't expect any trickeration on a 4th and 21. Bit of a low snap. Galenick picks it up. High kick. Fair catch called for and fair catch made at the 5. And that is what the Hilltoppers want. You pin the Beavers back deep here with 3 to go before halftime. And now Riverside needs to play some clean offense because some mistakes here. And all of a sudden, you're back against the goal line.
Yeah, they've pinned back deep against a really good Chardon defense. So nice job there to flip the field. See what you can get. Riverside's back is to the open side of the stadium. They don't have the crazies behind them on this drive.
No, but it is a packed house, by the way. So great to see. We've had it a couple times over the last few years here at Chardon Memorial. Once already this year, and it's a lot of fun when this place is loaded. I believe the QB kept it. And I don't think he got anywhere. Mikey Maloney.
He actually lost a yard, Matt. Couldn't even get back to the line. It's back to the 4, 2nd down and 11 now.
Clock moving, 2:36 and counting. 2nd and 11 from the 4. 2 receivers on each side. Jason Mackey in the backfield. Looking to throw the football. Maloney stepping up. Now he's going to take off down the left side. He has running room. Maloney picks up the 1st down. 30 and knocked out of bounds near the 40. A.J. Bruce with the stop. But Riverside, a huge gain.
Well, their offense is all about Maloney, and Maloney makes a great play with his legs. He's looking downfield, great coverage, but the secondary got so far away, and when he rolled out to the left, he was able to get just wide open field, and he takes off, and there was nobody on the second level to stop him. And he picks up 36 yards.
Biggest play of the day for Riverside. They'll have a 1st and 10 from their own 39. They'll hand it off Mackey. Mackey moves ahead to about the 43.
This is the first down of the night for this Riverside offense, so now they're going to try to see if they can get their offense cooking. They pick up 4 yards on 1st down, 2nd down and 6.
Folks, clock moving, 1:44 to go. We do invite you to stick around at halftime. Hilltopper band doing something fun tonight. Maloney looking to throw over the middle, ball caught for the 1st down.
Great throw, able to sling it right in there. Nice
Kurtz.
Route by Kurtz. Kirks running right through there into Chardon territory down at the 36-yard line. And sometimes one play, Matt, can get a whole momentum change. And right now it looks like that Maloney run might have done that in this game.
Now could put them in a position for a 2-for-1 potentially. We'll see. Maloney going to run for it. He's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. No gain. Toppers got to him. That defensive line just so tough.
Yeah, nice job there by the defensive line. Schutzman able to get in there, get the stop. It's a loss of a yard, and it looks like Riverside's going to use a timeout here. Well, as you may have heard, the city of Chardon has reduced its support for GTV by approximately 25% this year. With less support, our staff has been reduced, and we have struggled to hire the extra personnel needed to produce many of our programs. Programs that require added personnel beyond the GTV staff of 1 need financial support in order to employ those persons. Without that funding, due to less staff, we have reduced our programming. We're sorry to say that this fall we have covered fewer Hilltopper contests than in years past. Chardon Township, Middlefield Village, and Munson Township continue to fully support GTV through the cable fee they receive, and we thank them for that continued support.
Coming off the timeout, it'll be second down and 11 for Riverside. Maloney dropping back the pass. Looking left, down the field, ball up in the air, and it is caught but out of bounds, so an incomplete pass.
Oh, that was a great effort down there by the receiver. A diving effort.
It was Kirks again.
By Kirks. And, great job by Maloney to get it out. Maloney threw it to the only spot where that ball wasn't going to get intercepted. That spot was out of bounds, but that was certainly a great try by the two of them. 2 more stops for this Hilltopper defense here.
Under a minute to go. Now we've seen the arm of Mikey Maloney. He's got a good cannon, and he's mobile too. A lot of options here for the Beavers. Dropping back the pass, Maloney being flushed out left side, and Maloney being pushed out of bounds. He may have lost the football.
Yeah, he did lose the football, but I think that football was lost out of bounds. So that goes backwards, and it sets up a huge 4th down play for both of these teams.
Now you got to think, if you're Riverside, you have nothing to lose here by going for it with 50 seconds left to play. As long as you don't, if you don't convert, not allow a huge play for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, I would expect Riverside to go for it here.
It's 4th and 15 from the Chardon 41, and the Hilltoppers call a timeout. Their final.
Got a chance to see how Riverside was lining up, so they'll take a timeout and talk about it. And we'll remind you, GTV is on the internet. Our website has the following features: video on demand. You can see our shows on your schedule. Live streaming. You can watch both channels anytime. GTV digital photos, over 150,000 digital pictures that you can download for free. GTV's weather station, and 2 live square cameras. 1 for Middlefield and, of course, the one here in Chardon. All available now at geaugatv.org.
Hate to admit it, it's getting near that time where you start to kind of check it if you're coming out this way at just to see what the weather's looking like.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to give me a hard time for talking about the nice weather. You're almost talking about the weather I haven't mentioned once all season.
You mean the beautiful leaf foliage?
Yes. Oh, it was a beautiful drive today.
Timeout is over. Chardon Memorial getting good and loud. Toppers up 13-0 and trying to make a stand here on 4th and 15. Toppers showing some blitz. Maloney dropping back the pass. Now throw over the middle. Ball is caught. And will it be a first down? This will depend on the spot, and I think they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, initial spot is yes. Maloney finds his main target, McKnight. McKnight gets right where he needs to get. Well, you always ask about it, Matt. I think we're going to see it for the first time this year. It's too big a game for them to eyeball it.
Finally. I've been missing this facet of the game.
Yeah, normally I would say on a turf field you shouldn't need to measure, but I agree with you. If this is too big a moment and too big a game, they're going to measure this and make sure. They're not going to eyeball this one. This is going to be really close, Matt.
They are short. Whoa, mama.
By barely the nose of a football, Matt.
I don't think I've ever seen the official actually stand over the ball to see that.
And that's what he had to do. That's how close it was. And that's why they measured. Too big a moment, too important a game to eyeball that one. And I mean, they could barely eyeball that with the chain out there, Matt. That
wow.
Big stop on 4th down for the Chardon defense.
And now Chardon with 44 seconds left. You wonder if they may just keep it in the hands of their QB to try to make something happen here. Give it one shot and call it a night. Handoff coming left side, WeWereAthletes. A little bit of running room. Drago brought down near the 31. And now a late flag. That will stop the clock, and I believe it's going against the Riverside Beavers.
Yeah, it's going to go against the Beavers. It's well after the play. They're huddling up to discuss it. It's going to go, it should go as a personal foul, 15 yards. We'll see.
Indeed it is. It is a personal foul against Riverside after the play.
That changes some things for the Hilltoppers here. I mean, that was a nice run. It was a 6-yard run by WeWereAthletes, but time was going to be running down in the half. You were going to be facing a 2nd down and 4. Now you're out at your own 49. It's like they're going to back it up now to the 47. 34 seconds changes some things here for Chardon.
Francis will give it to Hewitt. Hewitt has a block. Hewitt up near the 45 for Riverside, but they've got to hurry. He did not get out of bounds, and they cannot stop the clock.
Yeah, Hewitt got run blocked. There's another flag. I think they're going to get a hold out on the edge. Yep. And that will change things again for the Hilltoppers.
Well, we may see a knee here now.
Chardon had played a clean half, but 2 costly penalties late for the Hilltoppers in this half.
That will do it. The half coming to an end. Hilltoppers will head into the locker room 13-0 with the lead. Folks, again, we invite you to stick around. The halftime show is up next here on GTV.
The Chardon Hilltopper Gridiron Club, in association with GTV, proudly presents Chardon Hilltopper Varsity Football. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Chardon Gridiron Club, Burr Funeral Home, Chardon Smile Center, Achilles Running Shop, Ashes Mayfield Window Cleaning Company, Best Funeral Homes, The Junction Auto Family, Precision Orthopedics Specialties, PRP and Associates, Roniak Paving, Sopchak Natural Health and Wellness Center, and Fit for Life Physical Therapy, TJ Smith Excavating, Remax Tradition, Dan McCaskey and Terry Combs, Residence Artists, El Patron Mexican Grill and Cantina, and the Chardon Athletic Boosters. Special thanks for supporting the Gridiron Club goes to the Lodge at Bass Lake, We Were Athletes, Chardon Home Depot. Chardon Hilltopper Football is also brought to you by GTV.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Haunted Hilltopper Marching Band is being led onto the field by Senior Field Commander Perry the Platypus. As you can see, tonight we present our traditional Halloween show. The band's entrance cadence is the Michael Myers theme song and was arranged by senior percussionist Parker Heagraft. Our first tune is originally from a hit musical and then a movie. Here is The Phantom of the Opera.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. We changed it. Sorry, it's not your fault. What's that?
production. The movie was a huge hit at the box office in 1984 and is easily one of the funniest and most creative films ever made. The hilarious thrill ride never seems to get old or dated. We showcase our featured twirler, Savannah Flesher. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Chardon High School Fight Song.
Chardon Hilltopper Gridiron Club, in association with GTV, proudly presents Chardon Hilltopper Varsity Football. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Chardon Gridiron Club, Burr Funeral Home, Chardon Smile Center, Achilles Running Shop, Ashes Mayfield Window Cleaning Company, Best Funeral Homes, The Junction Auto Family, Precision Orthopedics Specialties, PRP and Associates, Roniak Paving, Sopchak Natural Health and Wellness Center, and Fit for Life Physical Therapy, TJ Smith Excavating, Remax Tradition, Dan McCaskey and Terry Combs, Residence Artists, El Patron Mexican Grill and Cantina, and the Chardon Athletic Boosters. Special thanks for supporting the Gridiron Club goes to the Lodge at Bass Lake, We Were Athletes, Chardon Home Depot. Chardon Hilltopper Football is also brought to you by GTV.
Welcome back, everyone. GTV, as we have about 30 seconds to go prior to the kickoff here of the third quarter. Chardon 13 and Riverside nothing. It was a A.J. Bruce 43-yard touchdown run on 4th down and 2 that accounted for Chardon's first touchdown. And Vinny Columbi punched it in from 1 yard out about a quarter later to make it 13-0. PAT was no good on that play. It's where we stand right now.
Yeah, both of those runs came on 4th down plays, too, so the Hilltoppers aggressive on 4th down. They were rewarded for it. They were in control for most of that half, had a couple of penalties late. They're still up 13-0 at halftime, but the Beavers are going to have the football to start. You know, Riverside wants to come out and score, so it's immediately an important drive for the Chardon defense to get the second half off on a good foot.
Well, for Riverside, we saw them struggle to move the ball most of the half. However, their last drive, it was a big 30-plus yard run by Mikey Maloney that got the offense moving. He hit a nice pass play, and we saw them start to put some things together. The question is, what will they take from that drive? What adjustments have they made coming out here to start this third quarter that are going to help them get going against a very tough Hilltopper defense?
Well, we saw like that big Mikey Maloney run. It was after they had taken a loss, and they were at 2nd and 11 from their own 4, and Maloney went out with that big run, and it really seemed to give the offense some confidence for the Beavers. See if that carries over into the second half.
Maloney, leading rusher on this team, although Jason Mackey just a few yards behind him. Conwell from the 5, 15, looking to go left around the 20, not much more. Good job by the Toppers special teams there, and Riverside will bring out the offense here to start the third.
Yeah, Chardon comes up, gets the stop at the 21-yard line, so not a big return for Riverside.
That's what you'd like to see right now from the Hilltoppers special teams. Limit the returns. They've been burned a few times this year, and can't have that happen going forward. Had a brief downpour during the halftime show, but that looks to have cleared away, and it's just a little bit of a wet field right now, but not too bad. 3 receivers near side for Riverside. Maloney looking to throw, feeling some pressure from Lazinski. He puts the ball on the ground, and he's going to be touched and brought down around the 10.
Yeah, he just lost that football. He was looking to his left to throw as he felt the pressure coming, and he lost it. Fortunately for him, he was able to fall on it. Second fumble by the Beavers. Actually, I think it's their third. They recovered 2. One of them went out of bounds.
No, we have not called Lazinski's name much, but he's had a great season, including 2.5 sacks and 10.5 tackle for losses. It's 2nd and 22. Beavers backed up to their own 10. Maloney looking to throw. Middle of the field ball is dropped. Incomplete pass. Another hard hit by the Hilltopper defenders. And Brandon Tichy just couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, that's a big hit being delivered there by Chardon and delivering it. And they are able to get Raines able to get in there and get the big hit.
It's now 3rd and 22. And we've seen this all night, really, from Riverside. Is they've had the opportunity to make catches. They just have not been able to hold on to the ball, especially when the Toppers have been just blasting them. And it's been legal, clean hits, folks. Make no mistake about it. Maloney stepping up in the pocket. Thinking about it, going to throw the ball down the field. It's intercepted, Bruce at the 30. Bruce looking for a block, makes a cut, 20. Bruce backside, spinning around and brought down near the 11. And now a bunch of flags come out.
They're all coming in on the return. The interception is good. It's been a struggle in the passing game for Riverside today, right? You get the feeling the balls are slightly underthrown, Matt. That's why Hilltopper defenders are able to get there and get such big hits on receivers right as they're catching the football. That time, that ball was well underthrown. They didn't get anywhere near the intended receiver, and A.J. Bruce was able to step up, jump the route, but penalty flag is going to go against the Hilltoppers after the return and mark them back to the 25-yard line, so it's a 15-yarder again.
It'll be 1st and 10 Chardon from the 25. Bruce going in motion. They'll fake it to him, and it's Will Francis who fumbles the football. It's still on the ground, picked up. The Hilltoppers will move it forward and pick up the first down out near the 10. And that time it's Charlie Brock, the senior tight end. They went with the 2 tight end set, and Brock recovered the loose ball.
And Charlie Brock saves the day right there for the Hilltoppers, Matt. He comes up, falls on that football, and moves it 4-2, so Chardon has a first down out at the 11. It was a brief downpour at halftime, but that really must have made this field slick, and the footballs must be very wet right now because both teams having trouble holding on to it.
1st and 10 from the 11. Francis going to keep it himself. Francis falling ahead down inside the 5 to about the 4, but 2 late flags coming out, and I got a feeling.
Yeah, it's holding on the offensive line. Yep.
Now, the problem that has plagued Chardon throughout the season has just reared its ugly head again.
Yeah, they played such a clean game for the first quarter and a half, but now all of a sudden you're looking up at 4 penalties, 45 yards, and those have come, Matt, in really about 8 minutes of game time. They've definitely taken some momentum away from Chardon, some of that early momentum they had. Officials' time being taken here.
Well, there's an injury timeout on the field. We'll pause and take a timeout here on GTV. Well, Brody Bunting helped off the field, but he's okay. 1st and 20 now for the Hilltoppers from the 21, and more flags.
3rd encroachment against Riverside.
Now that takes a little bit of the sting of that holding penalty away as rain starts to once again fall here at Chardon Memorial.
Yeah, you wonder what it is, Matt. That's the 3rd time. You do feel like they're trying to anticipate something in that snap count.
Well, you go back to the Kenston game, and we talked with the Hilltoppers following that game, and they had said that Kenston was able to jump the cadence. They were barking things out, and they were doing it.
There it is again. Yep, another offsides.
And you have to give some credit. Maybe it's Will Francis is doing something, the intonation with his voice, that's getting them to jump.
Yeah, they're definitely getting the beat. So that holding penalty completely gone. Couple of encroachments by Riverside.
Boy, if you're Dave Boris, how frustrated do you have to be?
Yeah, that's the fourth of the game, and that's 2 back-to-back. And penalties are killer in games like this. Riverside just let Chardon off the hook for that big hold.
Well, now it's imperative the Hilltoppers make them pay. They give the ball. Vinny Columbi. Columbi spins around, and Columbi picks up about a yard or so on that run.
Yeah, a couple on the fullback dive there.
They'll push the ball to the 9. Will be 2nd and 8. Toppers can pick up a first down if they get the ball just past the 2. Bruce and Galanak, the split ends left side now. Francis going to keep himself another flag as he's pushed back at the line of scrimmage by the Beaver defense. It was the linebackers, Hall and Solomon, in there to make the stop.
This flag is going to go against the Hilltoppers here. It'll go for that illegal procedure. Yeah, it's an illegal shift is the call, so. Five penalties, 50 yards against the Hilltoppers now. 7 for 45 against Riverside. Riverside has more penalties but fewer yards.
Well, they've had a lot of 5-yarders. Big difference when you compare that to 10s and 15s. So Chardon with a 2nd down and 13. Francis looking to throw. And the ball is going to be caught far side. Your guess is as good as mine.
That's a great diving.
Caleb Hewitt down.
Great diving catch out there by Hewitt.
Well, we're going to take another timeout here on GTV. Well, we get set to return to action here from Chardon Memorial. Caleb Hewitt must have had a cramp, got stretched out and able to run off the field. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 7 for Chardon after that catch. Pickup of about, 6 on that reception. So now the Hilltoppers, they are in field goal range, but boy, they would love to put a touchdown on the scoreboard here. See what they can do. 3rd and 7 from the 8. Fake it to Bruce. Francis to the 5. So now it's decision time for Mitch Hewitt.
You go for the field goal to make it a 3-score game. It's 4th down and 4. That's a long one, and they are going to bring the field goal unit out.
Now, Sostrich missed wide on a PAT his last kick, although snap wasn't that great. He's 1 for 4 on the year on field goals.
22-yarder here.
This might be the most important field goal attempt of his career for the junior. Trying to give Chardon a solid 2-touchdown lead. Bad snap again. Kick is underway. It is up, and it is good! So Sostrich put Chardon up 16-0 here with 6:42 to play after the 22-yard field goal.
Well, tonight's special cablecast is funded by your cable subscriber franchise fees, and we'd like to again extend thanks to all the GTV funding communities, including those not funding tonight's contest for their year-round support. They are Chardon Township, Middlefield Village, Munson Township, and partially funded by the City of Chardon. Thanks again for supporting GTV, and thanks to all our viewers for the support.
Now, Toppers have outgained Riverside 161-49 so far in this one, and right now they're up still just technically by 2 possessions. You score 2 touchdowns, you go for 2 2-pointers.
Yeah, that's where that missed PAT comes into play.
You do have to think, though, Ryan, that should Riverside get themselves in a position, they're now, but based on the score, going to be forced to go for 2.
Yeah, well, there's
still a lot of time left, yes.
To my mind, at 16-0, there's no reason not to go for 2 if you score here, because even if you miss at 16-6 or 16-7, it was a 2-score game. But, I mean, that's going to be up to Dave Boers, and we're a long way away from that. They got to figure out this Chardon defense, which they haven't been able to do yet.
No, it's been a very tough performance by the Hilltopper defense. Conwell looking for something. He's pushed ahead and falls down. Was knocked down near the 40. He had an opening up the middle, and he made the most of it right there.
Yeah, he got a good hit, but it was a big hit there, too. I mean, the Hilltoppers have come out, and they've hit hard tonight on defense, and they've been playing a strong physical game against these Beavers.
Maloney dropping back the pass, looking to throw over the middle. Ball is caught for a first down. And that time it was Ethan Ross holding on to it.
Perfect throw there by Maloney. He hits Ross in stride. Out in front, A.J. Bruce was in coverage, but perfect throw by Maloney to get out to his receiver.
No, it's the one spot Chardon has shown a little bit of vulnerabilities over the middle. Rain starting to once again come down. They hand it off. And Jason Mackey up the gut. And Mackey powers across the 40 down to about the 39.
Yeah, they haven't really been able to get much going, but here after the big pass play, they get 4 on that first down run. Second down and about 6 as they're starting to get things working are the Beavers as the rain starts to fall.
You have to wonder how that may play into this one. Maloney will go to the air again. Ball is up in the air. Ross catches it again, far right side, first down, out near the 20.
Now Ross is able to make a quick stop and turn on the defender, go up there, make the catch. And we have a defensive hold against Chardon as well. That's declined. So they'll take the play instead.
Beavers on the move, looking to respond to the Chardon field goal. Mikey Maloney from the gun has Jason Mackey behind him. 3 receivers out left and 1 to the right. Ethan Ross out to the right. Got to watch out for him. He's the one that's made the catches on this drive. Wave that off.
Yeah, we've got an illegal procedure going to go here against the Beavers, going to push them back 5.
I've had that same problem, Al. Sometimes the words just don't come out. Feel you. Al Herner, longtime voice here, Chardon Memorial. Just does such a fantastic job with the PA announcing. First and 15 Riverside. It's coming down more. Maloney dropping back the pass over the middle, just outside of his intended target. Was looking for McKnight. Incomplete. He had a lot of pressure coming on him, and he had to get rid of that ball a little bit early.
He had pressure coming. He was able to deliver that football out front, but not able to get it to McKnight.
And we have an injury. Another Hilltopper down in the end zone. Looks like cramps the way he's being stretched out. Good time, though, to talk about this because we touched on it earlier in the game. But for those just joining us, this is a huge game for both of these teams coming into this one because they're playing for seeding next week in Week 11 of the playoffs.
Yeah, you know, for Chardon, you pretty much look at the way that things project out, and most people say a win for Chardon probably puts them in a home game, probably at 7 or 8, but probably gives them a home game next week. A loss, you're on the road next week. For Riverside, they pretty much are locked up 2 home games either way, but the big difference between 4 and 3 is if you're at 3, you get to push Hoban off for a week, and everybody would want to push Hoban off for a week. So if you're Riverside and you land at 3, you wouldn't run into Hoban potentially until the regional finals instead of in the regional semis. So 3rd or 4th matters to Riverside, and for Chardon, it's a win essentially for a home playoff game next week.
Caleb Hewitt had again to get stretched out for more cramps in the end zone. He comes off the field under his own power. He should be okay. Maloney looking to throw. They'll dump it off. Mackey with the catch on the screen. Mackey fumbles the football. Who has it? It's a dog pile. And now a late flag comes out on top of everything. Riverside says they have it, but that would just set up a long 3rd down for them.
That's 4 fumbles and 4 fumble recoveries for Riverside, but the flag is the question here, Matt. If this flag is against Chardon, it'll be a huge one. We'll have to see.
Personal foul against the Hilltoppers.
They're going for a fumble, you dork!
Penalties just continue to be an issue for this Hilltopper team.
So that will be an automatic 1st down for Riverside, giving the Beavers some new life.
6 penalties, 65 yards against Chardon. Yet they're still at the moment leading this game 16-0.
1st down and 10 from the 11. 2 backs in the backfield. They're looking to throw it. It's in the air, incomplete. Too high.
That throw came a little high. They ran a fake run, and they really held that one out for the last second, faking the handoff to McKnight, and it looked like they had it for a second as they had the secondary coming up for the run play. Bruce was able to get back in there. The throw was a little bit high, and the receiver wasn't able to pull it down, so it's 2nd down here.
Two receivers on the near side, Kurtz and Pitchy. Maloney looking to throw corner of the end zone. Kurtz has it. Was he in? Out of bounds.
Second time today, Kurtz has tried to make a great catch, and he ends up out of bounds.
And he got caught up, unfortunately, on the fence. And they're calling for the trainers to come out. So if it being 3rd down right now, we're going to pause and take a injury timeout here on GTV. Welcome back, everyone. The good news is Des Kirk's able to walk off the field under his own power, but walking very gingerly right now.
Yeah, he just, unfortunately, I mean, he went all out to make that catch. Didn't stay in bounds and unfortunately got caught up in the fencing down there behind the end zone.
Well, this is a Riverside team that has at times struggled with injuries this year, and Coach Bohr said they had, coming into this one, backup plans for certain players just because they're aware that guys are beat up at this time of the year. See what they do here. Maloney looking to throw toward the end zone. Ball in front, incomplete. And that brings us to a 4th down and 10 situation from the 11.
Overthrown. He slung that one early. It looked like he might have had the receiver on a step. He just got the football out too early. And the receiver wasn't able to step in there to make the catch. So decision time here for the Beavers. The offense is on the field.
Of course, Mom. They don't have a choice. Of course. Drayton Allgood checking in to the game for the Hilltoppers. One back in the backfield. Jason Mackey. Maloney looking to throw. Under pressure. Running. He has a clear shot towards the end zone. He dove for it. And he's in the end zone. Touchdown. He got loose again, and this time he made Chardon pay.
Yeah, they got it. I mean, Maloney is the playmaker on this team. He made a big play to get them going offensively in the second quarter, and now he makes a big play here, diving for the end zone, and they're going to leave the offense on the field to go for two. 16-6, man, this is going to be a big play for the Hilltopper defense because it'll completely change how Riverside can play this half, depending on whether it's a stop or not.
There's a man in motion. Pitchy looking to get it toward the end zone. Ball going to be caught for the two-pointer.
So Riverside can play it for one score the rest of the way. Completely changes how they can approach the rest of the game. Well, GTV is on Roku and Apple TV. You can also get it on your cell phone. That's right, iPhone or Android. All you have to do is look for the Cablecast app in your store, and you'll have GTV on the phone. Also, don't forget you can follow GTV on Twitter for all the latest replay news and other important information. Just follow GTV on Twitter, and you'll have all the latest.
Well, first score given up in this contest by the Hilltopper defense, who up to this point in time had just played tremendous football. Very hard-hitting, physical. We're just shutting down the Beavers.
Well, personal foul penalty on that drive kept it alive for Riverside. Riverside would have been facing a 3rd and 12. Instead, they got a first down, and it got them into scoring position.
Now that'll get that side pumped up, but Hilltopper offense hopefully will have a chance to answer back here. Kick will be into the end zone. Touchback.
Nice job there, keeping the ball out of the hands of the Hilltoppers playmakers and forcing them to start from their own 20 here.
Well, at times this offense has looked good tonight. At other times they have struggled. Chardon working their way left to right. Francis from the gun. Give it to AJ coming right side 30. AJ knocked out of bounds near the 35. Moved the chains.
First down run, and the first big play in a while for this Chardon offense as you're able to get Bruce out here to the outside, and he's able to pick up 15 yards, move the chains, and get this drive off on a good foot here.
Now, this would be huge for the Hilltoppers if they could respond with a score on this drive and answer right back.
Push him out of the way and then quit him. Because there was nobody else there. If he gets by that guy. What? Not good.
Francis will give it to Vinny Columbi. Columbi trying to get around the right side, picks up a few yards out near the 40.
Nice run by Columbi there. You change it up, give it to the fullback after you give it to the speedster. And he picks up about 4 yards, 2nd down and 6, mixing it up on the Riverside defense.
Low snap, Francis picks it up, and he has to run straight ahead. Now some flags come out.
What the hell with the helmet on there?
And we'll wait and see what the call is going to be. We'll go against Chardon.
It'll be an illegal shift. Back him up 5. Make it second down and about 11.
Seven penalties, 70 yards for Chardon.
Francis will give it to Caleb Hewitt. Caleb looking for some running room. He has it. Caleb brought down shy of the 45. And he may have lost the football.
Yeah, Hewitt was able to run to the left side. He was able to pick up about 8.
We have another injured Hilltopper. We'll step aside once again here on GTV. Well, after receiving some attention, Caleb Hewitt able to walk off the field. Chardon with a 3rd down and 3 situation from their own 43. They give us to A.J. Bruce. Bruce trying to get around the edge. He could not do it. Picked up about 2 yards, but he needed 3.
Yeah, Chardon not able to win on the edge that time. Needed to get a couple more blocks out there on the outside. Just a relentless pursuit by those Riverside linebackers. It's a gain of 1. It's 4th and 1. And
the Toppers look to be going for it here on 4th and 1. Sam Stollard coming into the game.
And we'll see what they decide to run here.
Well, this is a huge and gutsy call for the Hilltoppers. 4th and 1 from their own 45. A minute 48 to go here in the 3rd, needing a yard. The give.
Let's go!
And it's going to be close. I believe they got it. I think Bruce picked it up.
Yeah, he was able to pick up. That's the thing. When you got as many weapons as the Hilltoppers do on 4th and 1.
And folks, keep this in mind now. The rain is here. It's coming down pretty steady. This is going to be a slick ball. Drainage is pretty good at Chardon Memorial, but still, it's a slick turf.
As we say, when you get into these rain games, you start to feel like things shift toward the Hilltoppers.
Francis kept it himself on 1st down.
Might have taken a loss. That was a nice job by the offensive line of the Beavers. Maybe got right back to the line of scrimmage. Defensive line for Riverside able to get in there and get the stop.
Toppers content just eating some time off the clock here, but they need to pick up some yards, need to pick up some 1st down. Bruce going in motion again, gets the ball, makes a cut, 50, and Bruce knocked down near the 49.
Nice run there for A.J. Bruce. And I'm thinking that probably...
That will do it. The Hilltoppers have come to the sidelines. We're going to take a timeout here because we've hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It is Chardon 16 and Riverside 8 here on GTV.
The Chardon Hilltopper Gridiron Club, in association with GTV, proudly presents Chardon Hilltopper Varsity Football. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Chardon Gridiron Club, Burr Funeral Home, Chardon Smile Center, Achilles Running Shop, Ashes Mayfield Window Cleaning Company, Best Funeral Homes, The Junction Auto Family, Precision Orthopedics Specialties, PRP and Associates, Roniak Paving, Sopchak Natural Health and Wellness Center, and Fit for Life Physical Therapy, TJ Smith Excavating, Remax Tradition, Dan McCaskey and Terry Combs, Residence Artists, El Patron Mexican Grill and Cantina, and the Chardon Athletic Boosters. Special thanks for supporting the Gridiron Club goes to the Lodge at Bass Lake, We Were Athletes, Chardon Home Depot. Chardon Hilltopper Football is also brought to you by GTV.
We We start the third quarter, 3rd and 4 for the Toppers. Francis under center sends Bruce in motion. They give us to A.J. Bruce, spinning around. Bruce, nowhere to go. Riverside starting to get around to the ends and shutting them off.
Yeah, and as Coach Hewitt told us before the game for Chardon, it's about controlling the edge, and right now Riverside is winning out on that edge. The Hilltoppers, that's back-to-back tries on that sweep. They can't get that sweep going, and if Chardon can't get the sweep going, it becomes real difficult for this offense. They're going to have to punt. Momentum feels like it's with Riverside at this moment in this game, Matt. So this is going to be a big drive for the Hilltopper defense to get a stop.
Well, a brief deluge of rain looks to have calmed down a little bit. Galanak gets the punt off, and a fair catch called for and made around the 10-yard line. Beavers will be backed up deep as they trail by a touchdown here with 11:08 to go in the fourth quarter.
It looks to be turning into more of a steady, moderate rain, but the rain is not going away this time. We had a couple of spurts. The weather luck has finally run out on the season, Matt.
Well, the question going to be, how will this affect the Riverside Beaver passing game?
Yeah, that's going to be the key here. It's already looking like a slick football out there.
Maloney will give it up to McKnight. McKnight trying to get around the edge, cannot do it. Toppers defense strung him out.
Yeah, nice work there by the Hilltoppers on D. Still, McKnight able to get ahead and gain about 3. So again, it's 2nd down and 7. It's not an explosive run, but you get 3 yards on first down. It's a good way to start a series.
Maloney from the gun will now look to the sidelines. He has Mackey to his left. Looking to throw. Looking time. Pump fakes. Now looking like he's going to take off. Giving chase. And Maloney will pick up the first down as he had an angle on the Hilltopper defenders.
Yeah, Maloney was able to get himself to the outside there, and nice run. As you said, he had the angle on the defenders. They couldn't quite get to him, and he picks it up to move the chains. So once again, Maloney doing it with his legs for this Riverside team.
Now, traditionally, Chardon has had issues over the years with mobile quarterbacks. Can both throw and pass. Trying to stop that tonight, though. The handoff, Mackey plows ahead near the first down, up near the 35-yard line.
11 yards on first down, move the chains, and this Riverside offense is really moving right now.
No, they have certainly figured some things out. Going to be up to the Toppers now to make an adjustment. Maloney trying to run, brought down after short gain.
Short pickup, that's about 1. It's 2nd down and 9.
Ciancabello in on the stop. Be a 2nd down and 8 for the Beavers from their own 37. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Mackey to the left of Maloney from the gun. Maloney looking to throw. Has some time, flushing out again toward that right side, and Maloney knocked out of bounds, shy of the first down by a few yards.
They're going to hold against the Beavers here. So that one's going to come back. That's a big call. Big hold against the Beavers there.
That wipes out a Nice run. We'll push them all the way back to the 28-yard line. So about second down and 18 or so. Maloney going to dump it off. McKnight makes the catch around the 33. So they gain some of those lost yards back, but 3rd and long.
Well, that is where that's a huge penalty against Riverside. Now it's time for this Hilltopper defense. Get off the field, get that offense back out there. Got Riverside at 3rd and 11. Get the stop. They're going to want to throw, but don't lose your sight on Maloney. Don't let him get another one of those big runs to keep a drive alive.
There's 2 receivers near side. 2 to the far side, including Des Kirks. Made some big catches tonight. Maloney stepping up, going to throw toward the sidelines, and Kirks, incomplete, could not hang on to it.
Yeah, the ball skipped into Kirk's hands. He did a nice job on that route to make a quick curl away from A.J. Bruce, but the throw was low and it didn't get there. And see if Chardon probably needs to make one more stop here, Matt.
Well, if Dave Borst thinks that his defense is going to shut down the Hilltoppers, he may punt, but right now he's got the offense out on the field for 4th and 11 from the 37. Maybe they'll do another push punt here as we saw earlier in the game.
Yeah, we'll see what they decide to do here. I would say there's enough time to get a stop, and that's...
It's blocked! Toppers will pick it up and gain control on their own on the Riverside 45-yard line.
Yeah, they almost didn't pick that one up as they saw the field in front, thought about running it back, but still able to fall on it and get the football back. Great job to get the block. That's a big play in this game.
So the Hilltoppers special teams gives them the ball on the 49. Excuse me, the 44. Francis going to keep it himself. Francis working left side, and he stood up around the 40.
4-yard gain to get the drive started. 2nd down and 6. Avoid the penalties on this drive. Run the clock. And score. That's the agenda.
Now Chardon with a opportunity here. They've had some opportunities in this game. They've let a couple slip away. They took advantage of a few. Give this to Bruce. Bruce has running room again. Bruce inside the 20, down to the 15, staying in line. Bruce into the end zone. Touchdown Toppers. A.J. Bruce with the score.
A.J. Bruce just racing down that field. Looks like they're going to say he stepped out, Matt. They're going to say A.J. Bruce stepped out of bounds. It looks like they're spotting the ball at the 13, but either way, nice run by A.J. Bruce. He saw the hole open in front of him, changed direction on the dime, took off, excelled into the secondary. We've talked about not just his speed, but how good his vision of the field is. There's another example of it there.
Oh, the ankle looking a little bit healthier than it has in weeks, and he's running better than he has in weeks. So 1st and 10 from the 13. Francis going to go left side. Francis makes a cut across the 10 down to about the 8.
Nice job there, you fake. They moved Caleb Hewitt out to the right like they were going to fake a screen pass out to him, and then you run the misdirection and you send Will Francis the other way, and he picks up 6 yards on that run. Bring up 2nd down and 4 here.
Yeah, ball officially spotted on the 7. Francis has Vujiclia to his right. They will give it to Drago, who gets up near the 5-yard line. Will bring up 3rd down and short.
Yeah, go to WeWereAthletes there, sweeping out to the left. I mean, he's really close. Are they gonna? They are. It's gonna be first and goal. He got right to the line to gain. So
Toppers, a first and goal from the 3. You got to think they've got 4 chances to punch it in here.
Yeah, you got to get points here. It's a field goal and make it a 2-possession game, so you at least got to get points, but you know they want to finish this one off with a touchdown.
Charlie Brock in 2 tight end formation. Toppers getting toward the end zone, but not in yet. Maybe about a yard short on that run.
Yeah, only pick up about a yard going to the left. Like that was Hewitt carrying that football.
He'll come out. Drago going to come on. Francis going to keep it himself going forward. Waiting for the official call. No signal yet. The officials will mark him down just shy of the goal line.
And not quite able to get in.
So it'll be 3rd and goal from the inch line. May see the old goose and go here. Francis will give it up. Columbi. He's in. Touchdown, Toppers.
Give it to the fullback on the goal line, and Vinny Columbi able to put it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And the Hilltoppers gained some separation here late in this one.
Yeah, 3:20 left, 3 timeouts for Riverside, but that's a huge touchdown for Chardon. And their first score since 7:20 left in the first half.
Saucerich out to attempt the PAT. Snap is down, kick is underway, it is up. Flags are flying, the kick is no good. It'd be interesting to see if the penalties against Riverside, it's going to be a re-kick, but if not, Hilltopper special teams is coming off. It was a penalty against Riverside, and Chardon going to bring the offense back out on the field. They're going to go for 2. Holding against Riverside was the official call. No, I beg your pardon, a personal foul against Riverside. So the ball essentially marked, what is that, about the 1 yard line?
Yep.
Half the distance to the goal on that penalty.
I hope you didn't spend too much on those T-shirts.
Toppers will hand it off, going left side and into the end zone. 2-point conversion, Toppers.
So,
I think that was WeWereAthletes.
Chardon able to get in there, and Riverside will now need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions, as it's 24-8, a 16-point lead. Well, we've got some information for you. We hope to stream next week's playoff game, but several things need to fall our way in order to do so. Where we play will dictate the availability of press box space and a good internet connection in order to stream to you. Once we know who and where we play, we will work to get things worked out. Stay tuned to GTV for more information.
Point standings as they are entering today was Ursuline locked in at number 1. Then Geneva, Kenston, and Gilmore 2, 3, and 4. catch with Gilmore is they won last night, so they had an extra game, a little bit extra points. Aurora at 5, VASJ 6, Akron East 7, CVCA 8, US 9, Canfield 10, Chardon 11, Madison 12, Hawken 13, New Philadelphia 14, Alliance 15, and Dover in at 16. Things subject to change, though, right now.
Yeah. Chardon sitting at 11. This is certainly a win that's going to give them a lot of points, and you would think it should help them jump a few of those teams in front of them.
Bearing the unforeseen. Topper's going to send that one toward the sidelines, and it did go out of bounds. Now you look at Drew Pastor's website, fantastic50.net, and he was predicting that with a Chardon win, 74% likely that they would face CVCA here at Chardon Memorial next week.
Yeah, I believe that he was predicting they would end up at the 8th seed again. Those are just projections.
Indeed, other potential.
He does a great job on that site. It's a great resource.
Based on just percentage here, again, if the Chardon can hold off tonight, 23% chance it's Canfield, 1% it's Hawken. Chardon has a 2% chance to finish with the 7 seed, 62% with a win that they finish the 8th seed. A loss would be 24%, a 12 seed. Then it's 9 and 1 for 13 and 14 respectively. Maloney looking to throw. Over the middle, ball is caught across the 50, down inside the 48 for a first down.
Yeah, nice
Tichy.
Throw and catch there. The receiver able to get down there to make the stop there as Tichy got that.
Maloney dropping back up to pass again, stepping up in the pocket, looking down these sidelines, incomplete.
I say, did a Hilltopper tip that football? The football took a crazy path.
Stops the clock with 2:56 to play and makes it 2nd down and 10. Maloney has some time over the middle. Ball is caught by Tichy again, first down, as he will be brought down around the 31-yard line.
Nice route by Tichy, able to get enough for the first down. Quarterback lands the ball right into his numbers.
Beavers moving the football down the field, and they've been doing it in a hurry on this drive. Maloney looking left, now looking over the middle, is caught close to the first down. Columby in, no, check that, that is not Columby. That was Austin Green in on the stop.
Well, Tichy again, so right now there's a connection between Maloney and Tichy. Tichy is doing a great job of running good routes, being open for his quarterback.
Well, Topper's defense being pushed back toward the end zone. 2nd and 3 from the Chardon 24. Maloney looking again over the middle, ball's caught, first down. Riverside at the 20.
That's Tichy again. Tichy just runs a quick curl there. He gets the first down, turns for his quarterback. Quarterback delivers it directly into the numbers, and Tichy is the guy who's open right now, so that's who.
Under 2 minutes to play. Clock running.
Still all 3 timeouts for Riverside.
Maloney looking right. Looking right, flushing out of the pocket. Jumps over a Hilltopper defender, makes a cut. 10-5 toward the end zone, brought down at the 2.
He did not get out of bounds, which is important, or did he? No, they're going to stop it to move the chains,
yep.
But I do not think he got out of bounds, and now the clock is running, so that's going to cause Riverside to have to use their first timeout. Well, a great group of concerned citizens in cooperation with Chardon Schools and the Chardon Athletic Boosters wants to build permanent restrooms and a concession stand here at Chardon Memorial Field. We all agree these improvements are needed after 24 seasons in the new stadium. Donations large and small are needed. Be sure to check chardonathletics.org for details or call Terry Hegner at 440-226-6367. The plan is to have the new additions completed in time for next fall.
Minute 25 left in this one. Riverside trailing by 16 points, 24-8. They have the ball first and goal from the 3. Maloney will look toward Mackey, was behind him, and he couldn't hang on to it. Incomplete.
Timing was a little bit off there. That flat route was going to be open for Mackey, and he was going to be able to squeak right in for a touchdown, but throw came late. Mackey had to turn all the way around, try to reach back.
So it's second and goal, Riverside. Similar formation. Time trips to the left. They'll hand the ball off. Mackey runs up the gut, nothing going. You don't run it against Chardon near the goal line.
No, and you could pick your Hilltopper there. So many guys got in there.
Also
saw away that big stop.
And they brought Tyler Malloy in as well. He's getting some playing time right now in the backfield. Malloy, don't talk much about him. A senior, 5'9", 187. Riverside forced to burn their second time out here. And you look at the situation for Riverside. They right now sit in 4th in Division II Region 5. Ahead of them, Hoban has locked up number 1. You have Walsh and Hudson essentially battling for 2 and 3 if Riverside falters tonight. Riverside and Nordonia. Nordonia is winning. Nordonia has an outside shot based on how some second level points would finish to hop over the Beavers, but Drew Pastor thinks it's very, very unlikely that that's going to happen. Behind them, you have St. Vincent St. Mary 6, Shaker Heights 7, Barberton 8, John Hay 9, Austintown Fitch 10, Warren G. Harding 11, Maple Heights 12, Twinsburg 13, Benny 14, Firestone 15, and Lakeside 16.
Yeah, that is certainly a tough region there. Region 5.
Third and goal from the 4. Maloney in pressure, throws it, touchdown to Des Kirks.
Now that's step 1 for Riverside. They get a touchdown. There's only 1:11 left. They have 1 timeout. Step 2 is convert on this 2-point try.
Very well be the play of the game right here. Topper Faithful making some noise. Maloney looking. He has room to run left side. He's going toward the pylon. He's in, but there's a flag, and it's in the area of holding.
Yeah, I think that flag is going to go against Riverside on a hold.
There's also a second flag in the back of the end zone as well.
I'll love to see what that is. Going to wait and see here.
The conversion is good. It's a holding against Chardon.
All right,
It'll
so
be forced on the kickoff, which would be an onside kick.
At 24-16, and now how about this? Riverside gets to onside from an even better position on the field. So that was step 2. This is step 3 for Riverside. Recover an onside kick. That could be a really crucial penalty there, that holding.
Well, this is a very obvious situation. You bring the Good Hands team in. How good is this unit? Will Francis, the QB's even in on it. These are your best guys who handle the football, period. Hilltoppers will have Maruna and Vuyaklia back deep, if you want to call that, between the, well, they're moving Drago up.
Yeah, that hold.
Chardon forgot about the hold.
So Riverside's going to get to kick to. That's why, this, Matt, is the play of the game right here. If Riverside recovers this, they're only going to have 40 yards they have to clear with one timeout. 1:11 left.
Ball does have to go 10 yards before the Beavers can touch it. However, Chardon can go up and grab it if they so choose before the 10 yards. It's a bouncer. It's up in the air. Loose ball. There's a scrum for it. Riverside says they have it. And if they do, they'll have it inside the 30.
Oh, Chardon has it.
Hilltoppers have it.
Boop. That was a close call. You wouldn't have it any other way, though.
Not the way tonight's been.
They slowly pull everyone off the pile. Only one timeout left for Riverside.
Chardon likely headed to victory formation here with 1:07 to go. Francis takes a knee. And will Riverside call the timeout? No.
Yeah, Coach Boers is going to elect not to call it.
For the record here, according to Fantastic50.net, with a loss, Riverside's most likely playoff opponents would be Twinsburg, Maple Heights, Lakeside, Warren G. Harding, or Benedicta. Just to finish off that train of thought from prior to the touchdown. Well, clock running down. Under 35 seconds to go. This should do it. Chardon takes the knee. Dave Boers will not elect to call a timeout, so that is it. The Hilltoppers, winners tonight, 24-16. We'll take a timeout and come back to wrap this one up on GTV.
The Chardon Hilltopper Gridiron Club, in association with GTV, proudly presents Chardon Hilltopper Varsity Football. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Chardon Gridiron Club, Burr Funeral Home, Chardon Smile Center, Achilles Running Shop, Ashes Mayfield Window Cleaning Company, Best Funeral Homes, The Junction Auto Family, Precision Orthopedics Specialties, PRP and Associates, Roniak Paving, Sopchak Natural Health and Wellness Center, and Fit for Life Physical Therapy, Smith Excavating, Remax Tradition, Dan McCaskey and Terry Combs, Residence Artists, El Patron Mexican Grill and Cantina, and the Chardon Athletic Boosters. Special thanks for supporting the Gridiron Club goes to the Lodge at Bass Lake, We Were Athletes, Chardon Home Depot. Chardon Hilltopper Football is also brought to you by GTV.
Listen up, hey, that's a hell of a battle, man. That's a great football team down there. That's a rivalry week 10, and we did what we needed to do, fellas. Let's hear it. Guys, you are officially out of the pit. You're officially out of the pit. We stepped you up, fellas. We were struggling, man. We were battle tested, right? And look where we're at right now. And we're just getting started. I don't know this officially, but I think you just brought yourself another home game. Guys, I'm proud of you. You battled. Hey, there were times early on in the season when you got easily packed in and said, this is it, but this is a great story, man. You're building a great story. You got me?
Hey, guys, if it was, I had a friend one time, he had made up some money, and I was talking to him about making money, and he said, Look, if it was easy, everybody would do it. If it was easy, fellas, everybody would do it. And one of my favorite movie lines, I told you this earlier in the year, it's supposed to be hard. The hard is what makes it great. It's supposed to be hard. It's not supposed to be easy.
Some of these guys got some other things to say. That JV state championship tomorrow. We're not here yet, but hey, he's coming. Let's make sure we bring the juice, because tomorrow morning there's going to be some squat videos and some bench videos, baby. How about that?
Hilltoppers just bought a ticket to the dance. Once we get in the doors of the dance, it's hard to get out the door. So we set the bar. How are we going to prepare? Prepare next week. The same or better as we did this week. No letdowns. Bar set. Let's go.
Yeah. I gotta say this too, fellas. Like act like we've won a lot, which we have, right? So don't do anything stupid. Don't say or do anything stupid. Look me in the eyes, right? Like that speaks for itself. That's the greatest tweet in the world right there. You know what I'm saying? That right there is what we came for, and that's what we're leaving with. So I'm proud of you. We got to focus in. Man, oh man. Age, you better be asking. Who? Give me some other names. Drago, that was... I'm sorry. I aged a little bit right there.
Kenny, man.
Spidey's back, please. I got to give him a shout out too. UDAF, I mean, that's a legit sprain all week. Didn't practice all week. Came on and battled at center. Great snaps all game. And Vince, his goon brother, right, played guard for the first time. I don't know who to bring. I mean, age.
Big Ten.
Come here. Yeah. Robbie. You guys everybody fake died down here in the gym.
What a game tonight here at Chardon Memorial. The Hilltoppers facing what could have been their final home game of the year. Staunch defense, a great offensive effort. They are winners 24-16.
Yeah, and I'm going to go back to the great plays on fourth down. 2 fourth down touchdowns in the first half. 43-yard run by A.J. Bruce. He had another one at the goal line. Both of those were called on fourth down. It gave Chardon a 13-0 lead, and it's tough to come back once you're down 2 scores on the hill. And the Beavers gave it an effort, but they found out tonight just how hard that is, and Chardon comes away with the big win and put themselves in great shape to probably be back here next week.
We do not want to say it's a definite. Things could change. Things could happen with the computer points, but it is likely the Hilltoppers will be home in Week 11. Stay tuned to GTV. Stay tuned to the school's Twitter account, of course, OHSAA. A lot of ways you'll find out. And if it is here, certainly we hope that we'll be doing this one as well.
Absolutely.
We will. So, all right, folks, that will do it for us here. Shout out to our camera guys tonight. Fantastic job. Also to executive producer Dave Jevnikar and my partner Ryan Radke. Hilltoppers, big winners as they close out the regular season 24-16 over Riverside. I'm Matt Jaworski. On behalf of all the rest, we wish you all the best.